again, like everything else, it's not about getting it done. It's about him giving you, like saying to you, I'll try for you, Mom. I may not be able to do it, but I'll try for you. Good. Then walk towards me and see what he does. He's like, I'm going to go round. Good boy. Is this what, when he gets scared of something, is this what he does? Or is it bigger than this normally?
When we're under saddle, when we're on the ground, this is the extent of it.
Oh, okay. Okay. Bud? Yeah, because what I'm seeing is that he kind of goes, I'll just do this, and then Mom's not going to make me do anything, so I'll just stay here. So you have to sort of be really nice like you're being and say, can you come, and then say, you're coming. You know, it's like 3 strikes, you're out. And he's getting, and a lot of the time, if he's ignoring you a lot, then that's where the explosions come from, because he's not paying attention, and then you say, now do this, and he's like, what? Right? So I think in the riding and on the ground, it would be better, it's better, all this stuff is about saying to him, just, you have to know where I am, and you have to pay attention, and you can't just walk in my space and ignore me and all of that. That's what this stuff is going to help him with. So let's ask him one more time. He doesn't have to go in the pool. He has to come forward because you're asking him to. And when you take the slack out of that rope, you got to hold until he shifts his weight forward and then let go. There, now let go. And then he might sniff it a little bit. All right, so it's like riding. You don't put an aid on and get no response and take the aid off. Same thing on the ground when you're asking them to do stuff. You ask him to come forward. If he take the slack out of that rope and he does nothing, you're going to hold that rope and make it a little uncomfortable for him until he comes forward or does something or tries something. That's good enough. We can walk away. But all of this stuff, it's showing me that he's sort of like, I'll half-heartedly do it for you, but not really give it a good go. And so you might have to up yourself a little bit and start saying, well, now I want you to give it a good go. You know, and what I do when I lead horses is I'll give them a rope like this, and then I use this like I'm a mare, and this is my space, right? And he's like, I don't like her. Right?
Yeah.
But that's just, that wasn't me hitting him. That was me saying, here's my space. And I did this, and he didn't do anything, and I did this, and he didn't do anything, so I tapped him. And then he went, oh! Right? And that's how you're going to say, here's my bubble. Don't come in my bubble. I'm not doing this. I'm not walking at you like this. I'm just standing right here, or walking and saying, here's my space. Stop running into it. Because when he runs into it, he's not really with you. He's invading you and sort of looking over there and then doing this, right? And that didn't feel very nice, me doing that to you, but that's what he's doing.
Yeah.
Right? So you need to, and it's not mean. They don't go, oh, she's being mean. They go, well, she's in charge and she has boundaries, and I better pay attention to her boundaries. All right? So if you keep this just keep it, and you don't have to do it the whole time, but if you're walking, come on, bub. Good boy. If you're walking and you feel like he's creeping up, I would say, don't forget about this, see? Because I tapped him, he's like, oh yeah, that's right. And if you feel him creeping up, I'm just going to remind him, this is my space. Keep walking with me, buddy, but this is my space. Good. And then if I stop, you better watch out, because this is still my space. And that's how you get a horse getting more respectful about you and your space. And that's going to help with the groundwork. Because if he gets spooky, when the horse can come in your space whenever they want to like that, if he spooks, he's going to come on top of you. And, you know, some people say he loves me so much he wants to sit in my lap. But actually, it's a test for him in nature to say, will she let me, you know, am I above her? Am I above her? And if a tiger comes here, I'm just going to run over the top of you. So the tiger will eat you and not me.
Really?
That's what that is. That's him saying, testing you, saying, are you going to make, so between the 3 of us, if a tiger came out to eat us, you'd be the one being eaten, and he'd be second, because I just said to him, don't get in my space either, and that tiger's not eating me. All right, so that's why it's important. It's not just about we do horsemanship and we keep them out of our space. That's why it's important in their mind. And he'll see, now he's every time I move, he's like, ew. Whereas when you walk up, he's like, oh, the barn looks good today. Right? He's not like, where are you going? What are we doing? He's sort of like, la la la, the trees are almost orange. You know? So I want him to have a little bit more respect about where you are and what your space is. And it doesn't mean forever that you can come into his space. Right? I did that with energy and he was like, oh, what's she doing, right? I can come in here because I'm the more dominant of the people. Good boy. And I did that with a little bit too much energy. But it's not about not loving on him and kissing him and doing whatever you want to do, but it's about him respecting me and my space, which is super important. Cool. Let's see if we can get him to walk through the noodles.